Hello, it's Nemesis Nick here. I'm a keen fan of the Eurovision Song Contest. It's time to talk Eurovision. This year I've already made videos about 4 of the 5 Nordic countries: Finland, Norway, Denmark and Sweden. The one remaining Nordic country, which is the subject of this video, is Iceland. Last year, Daði Gagnamagnið won Songwriting 2020 Grand Final with the song Think About Things. At the time of Songwriting 2020, Think About Things sounded to me like a UK pop song from the late 1970s to the mid 1980s, and therefore I thought some countries might consider this kind of song to be behind the times. On those grounds, I had my doubts as to whether or not Think About Things would even qualify for Eurovision Song Contest 2020 final. Initially, I wondered what was the significance of the faces on the background screens and on the outfits, but it quickly occurred to me that they resemble the kind of computer graphics that 1980s technology was capable of. Chunky and low resolution by today's standards, the group's way of completing a 1980s look. If the group members had wanted to create a proper 1980s look, I think they should have worn t-shirts bearing slogans in black capital letters similar to this. Although I think they ought to have had Think About Things on the fronts of such t-shirts, and leg warmers. By the way, that's why I deliberately put this particular t-shirt on for this Iceland video. Of course, the Eurovision Song Contest 2020 was cancelled, but by the time the Eurovision Song Contest second semi-final 2020 was due to have taken place, I actually liked Think About Things and was convinced this would have had no problem qualifying for the final had that taken place. That was last year. On now to this year, when it was officially announced that Daði Gagnamagnið were going to represent Iceland again this year with a new song. I was eager to find out what it would be. It did mean there was no Songwriting this year. They didn't even have a Songwriting 2021 final in which Daði Gagnamagnið would perform a series of songs and the people of Iceland would choose the one they wanted to go to Eurovision, similar to the UK national selection in 1992 when Michael Ball sang 8 songs and the winning song was One Step at a Time. Instead, it was announced that Daði Gagnamagnið would perform the song 10 years at the Eurovision Song Contest 2021. Here are my views on 10 years. The introduction is totally different to last year with the use of violins. The first time I heard this, I thought the song would end up being a totally different style to Think About Things. However, that's where the possibility of a classical or operatic style song abruptly ends. Looking at the lyrics, the structure of 10 years seems a bit unusual to me. It seems like 2 verses, 2 choruses and a couple of other fill-in bits. What I see as the first verse, starting with "We've been together for a decade now," is fairly catchy and has a good beat. This is followed by what I call the first chorus, starting with "I don't want to know what would have happened if I." This part is even livelier and catchier. This is followed by a somewhat slower section starting "We started out so fast." After that comes what I call the second chorus, starting "How does it keep getting better," which is quite lively and catchy with a good beat. The next part, starting "and just when I thought that my heart was full," is what I call a second verse. This has a good beat to it. After a second instance of the first chorus, as I described earlier, there is an instrumental break. This consists of drums and cymbals, followed by the unusual electronic keyboards, which featured in Think About Things last year. But at this stage of 10 years, the keyboards have the added gimmick of fireworks in the official preview video. Time will tell whether or not the fireworks will be included at Rotterdam. After that, the first few lines of the second chorus performed fairly slowly to serve as a bridge. For some mysterious reason, a choir makes a brief appearance in the official video, but they won't be able to have that at the Eurovision Song Contest due to the limit of 6 performers on stage. Finally, there is another full instance of the second chorus sung in the same upbeat style as earlier. Okay. Altogether, 10 years is a song in which what I call 2 verses and 2 choruses are similar in style to Think About Things last year. However, I'm not sure the violin introduction really goes with it. It's almost a clash of musical styles. On the whole, to me this sounds like another UK pop song from the late 1970s to mid 1980s. It's hardly surprising Daði Gagnamagnið are wearing air green outfits with the pixelated faces in the preview video. Presumably they will wear those in the Eurovision Song Contest. Anyway, I'm now beginning to like 10 years after watching or listening to the preview video several times in order to analyse this song, but to someone who sees or hears all the songs for the first time whilst watching the Eurovision semi-finals, I don't think this is as instantly memorable as Think About Things was last year. Remember, not everyone previews or familiarises themselves with all the songs during the run-up to a contest in May. Time will tell whether or not this can qualify to the grand final, let alone achieve a top 10 or top 5 placing there. Iceland will perform in the first half of the second semi-final on the 20th of May 2021. The United Kingdom votes in that semi-final, but time will tell whether or not I will want to vote for Iceland that evening. Good luck to Daði Gagnamagnið in the second semi-final and in the grand final if they get there. Do you think 10 years is a good choice of song to represent Iceland this year? Do you think it is better, about the same, or worse than Think About Things was last year? Do you think Iceland will qualify for the grand final, let alone get a high placing there? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget, if you like this video, remember to click the like button and to subscribe to my channel if you're liking all my Eurovision videos. In the meantime, choose life. Goodbye, da boch, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, adios, arrivederci, do widzenia, bless.